Hi, John.
Hello, Alex.
Do you know what I hate?
What do you hate?
The Australian foster care system.
Why is that?
Because if they were paying more attention, none of the events of this film would happen.
How do you know it's only happening in Australia? Like, why is it that negligent sort of is that a
It's
worldwide
just arbitrary
problem?
racism.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we watched Bring Her Back.
Send me an angel. Send me an angel. Right now. Right now.
I have to get this out of the way. I wanted to tell this to you before you watched it. I'm sure I'm not the first person that noticed this, but really, really brave choice for Cara Delevingne to play an Australian boy. He looks exactly like her.
Which one?
The main dude, Andy.
Andy?
He looks like Cara Delevingne at like certain angles, and it kept driving me crazy. He's got like big bushy eyebrows and the like similar kind of features.
Oh, yeah. I could like never would have picked up on it, but now that you say that, yes. Okay. Wow, I'm definitely seeing it.
It's
Wow.
very distracting, but and I don't want to like. He's good at it, but just like I kept being like, you look exactly like Cara Delevingne. It's weird.
Yeah. The the foster mom,
Sally Hawkins, yes.
Sally Hawkins looks exactly like the lady from The Shape of Water.
Oh, weird.
Like exactly.
That's crazy.
Like it's it's
I
spot
haven't
on.
seen that, so I didn't really put that together. But that's wild.
I really like that movie, but I know you're not a big Del Toro guy.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind seeing more with her. I really liked her in this movie. The movie requires a lot out of her. Like she kind of has to anchor this whole thing, and I thought she was very good in that.
Yeah, I thought she was really good in it. I don't disagree with you that the kid that played Andy was good, but I think I wanted something slightly more from the performance. But maybe it's just that's not the movie. Like,
yeah, to me, he just kind of felt believably like a teen. Like there's some I have some issues plot wise. There's some bumps in the road that I'm like, okay, but it's also kind of believable that he would be dumb enough to do that.
yeah, I just he plays it a little for someone that's got like anger in him, or at least that's like the character, this abused kid. He's a little too all shucksy in some of the scenes where I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. It's small beer. It's just we spend so much time with him that it's kind of important. The Sarah Wong, who plays Piper, apparently first acting role, and fuck, good for you.
Yeah.
Like I thought she did great.
It's known, if you listen to this show regularly, it's known that this is heavy spoilers, but I would recommend watching the movie first. I think it's weird if you don't, but just like this, we're going to be giving away a lot here because there's no way to talk about it otherwise. But
oh yeah.
These two kids, they walk in on their dad dying or having been dead, having been no longer alive due to an accident. Apparently, slipped in the shower and fell.
Yes, he Kermit the Frog sewer slide.
Yes.
Wait. So let's just start right there, baby cakes.
Yeah.
What in the like not to like go out of order. I'm not going to go out of order. When we first see that scene, what were we supposed to think about what he died from?
I assumed he slipped and fell in the shower.
But like not that much later in the film, you see her trying to give CPR and his mouth, he like vomited and it's gross.
I don't.
There's another flashback to him being on the ground where where Piper tries to give him CPR and his mouth is all vomity and gross.
Yeah, I don't know. I just assumed he died. He fell in the shower and died, or had a heart attack and died, or his weird beard killed him.
I was looking in the trivia. Apparently, that's the real life father of the kid who plays Oliver.
Oliver, again, from some angles, looked like a kid I grew up with that had a similar haircut. So that added to the creepiness of it. But
now, what's the kid you grew up with? What's his like relationship with Paimon or whatever the fuck's going on
here? I mean, he was a troublemaker, but I don't think it was demonic. I think he just needed attention. It's a large family. Anyway, yeah. So these kids, dad's dead, and they don't have a mom. So foster care time. They're talking about splitting them up, which he doesn't want to do. Andy wants to take care of Piper because Piper is blind. He's not quite old enough to be her guardian yet. And he convinces the foster home to let him join Piper at a foster place, a foster home run by this woman named Laura. Laura doesn't like to take problematic boys with anger issues. This is the first we're learning about it. And apparently so is Piper. Piper did not know about Billy's history. And they go to live with this Laura person.
So her not knowing about Andy's history is maybe I just didn't understand it. I thought later in the film it's referenced that he hit Piper. How would she not remember that?
Well, I mean, I think like being a problematic kid versus like hitting your sibling are different things.
Oh, I see. Okay. So she didn't it wasn't like a series of things and it finally came to a head. It just kind of like in her memory, it's like, oh, my brother beat me up one time.
That's my guess. That's sort of how I justified it to myself. How I justify all violence to myself.
Yeah. Well, it's just that this movie is it's not I wouldn't say it's got plot holes, but it's not very it's not dependent on the past and the present having like one-to-one connective tissue. Like there's a bit of kind of floatiness to some of the kind of character motivations and plot points.
Yeah, there's some kind of I did not quite hand wavy, but there's some sort of lightly sketched things that lets you kind of, that's more just there to fill in gaps or to just be like, yeah, you get what we're going for, right? You get the motivation here or what the drama we're trying to capitalize on here. And this sort of backs it up, but we don't want to spend too much time with that. This, by the way, the them in question is horror filmmakers Danny and Michael Philippou, former YouTubers. Like they would do like prank stuff and they stunt stuff. A couple of Australian guys.
Oh.
And now they're doing horror stuff. I did not see their first movie, Talk to Her, but this is their follow-up to that.
Talk to Her, was that a like an indie thing or is it
I'm sorry, no, it's Talk to Me. I did it because I kept calling this Talk to Her, but it was Talk to Me.
Yeah.
I don't know who.
Now is that like indie or is it like this kind of A24 kind of thing?
I think it's,
or like,
I think it's
what
the
are we doing with that
same
one?
the same thing. It might be Sony again.
All right, so apparently, Talk to Me was 4.5 million budget. This one's 15, so it's quite a bit smaller. Because this movie does read as like one of those. This is the first time we've got a bit of money to make a movie. Like the
A24 did put it out.
Okay,
like they just distributed it.
Yeah. Because it's got that like sophomore feel to it, where it's like, we're getting a little bit of confidence, but we're not quite there yet. Yeah, it's got that. Now that I know they did all that YouTube, I mean, this is basically like their 15th film.
Right, yeah. That's the same thing, is doing YouTube pranks. I can't comment on their output with that because that's not a field I'm particularly interested in watching. So I'm assuming they're not going to be not as awful as the people that like try to hold people up at an ATM. They go like, it's a prank.
I don't know. They're Australian. You use the word prank. I'm sure it's terrible.
I'm sure it's probably racist. That's probably like a euphemism for something.
Yeah, but it's like racist against people that we don't deal with all that often, so it's fine.
So yeah, I don't have to see it. It's not my, it's like pornography. If I don't see it, it's fine. I think that's how that saying goes.
Yeah, I mean that's my theory. As long as it's slightly out of my peripheral vision, everything's fine. Like, hey, look over there, a guy cranking off to a polar bear. Not anymore.
Yeah,
looks
that way. Now it's just kind of blurry, which I can get into.
Yeah, which is fine. Yeah, I'm into cuckoldry as long as it's blurry. So I think the main
like
question,
Velma in that way.
Yeah, I think the main question in this movie that I think needs to be answered from us as viewers is what the fuck is goal ball? And they couldn't come up with a better name for whatever the fuck goal ball is.
Oh, is that the game she's playing in the gym?
They call it goal ball.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
what fucking Australian nonsense is this?
I assumed it was like it's like murder ball or something. It's game for the visually impaired or something.
I'm sure. Yes, it's a team sport designed specifically for athletes with vision impairment. Great, good thing to have. Come up with a better fucking name. Goal.
I mean,
ball?
murder ball's pretty weak too because it's like, oh, cool. Oh, it's just basketball. Okay, well, that's fine.
No, but at least murder ball's like intriguing. Goal ball.
Yeah, put the ball in
like
the goal.
Fucking rip off Transformers.
Before we even get to the goal ball, we got to talk about Laura, and that is the aforementioned Sally Hawkins. Weird as hell in this, and I really like the range of because she's just like weird and off-putting, but a lot of it is like you can kind of see what's behind it. Like you get the sense that Billy, that Andy lies to his sister when it's convenient. We're introduced to them. She's getting off. She's like talking to some kids that are about to get on the bus, and they clearly don't want anything to do with her because they're mean teen girls. When Andy comes to get her, she's like, they didn't like me, did they? And they're all like making faces at her, but Andy's like, nah, don't worry about it. You're great. And so later, when they're having an interaction and he lies to her, Laura picks up on that and continues it. And you can't tell if her lies are like, is this like, no, I'm an insane person, this is what I believe, or it's like, I'm using these lies to show you how bad the lying is. You know, like, I'm going to play along with this because she's trying to get him in trouble. It's pretty evident early on that she doesn't like him and wants him out of the picture because he threatens.
Yeah, she only wanted the daughter. Yeah.
And so if she can, and she's there on a probationary thing. So if she can ruin that. And so it kind of seemed like, oh, if we're going to play the lying game, let's do that. I'm going to tell you that Ollie's hair is red and curly, even though it's a kid with a shaved head.
Yeah. Which seems like a stupid fucking lie to say when someone whose only way of like interacting with the world is through touch. Maybe not throw the curly part there.
Yeah.
His hair's red. Why throw curly? That's the one thing that this very visually impaired person can do can do a lot of things, but I mean, re-hair is texture.
Yeah. Cause she has another child there as well named Oliver. And I suppose we should mention at the top I skipped over this to talk into talking the actual like plot of it. But the movie opens with like VHS footage of like Russian people doing some weird ritual in like an empty warehouse.
Yeah.
Not real sure like entirely what was going on there. You'll figure it out later as the movie comes up. But it got me thinking, because like with this kind of ritualistic dark magic kind of stuff that this portends, and recently watching some movies about Indonesian black magic, which I guess is a thing still over there. There are people that still like practice black magic, much in the same way that, you know, there are warlocks or whatever here, but I think there's a little bit less frowned upon.
Played by Julian Sands.
Or played by Julian Sands. But just you being someone that sort of has a toe dipped in that world, and we've talked about this a little bit with, you mentioned Paimon, a Dark Song or Hereditary, which is like, so the people that actually, I'm not necessarily saying whatever's going on here is a real thing, but like if you actually believe this stuff or like you know enough about it, how do you be like a consultant on these kind of things? You know what I mean? If you're like, no, this could actually work. I could actually like summon these dark powers. I'm not going to mess with it. And that always kind of, you know.
Wait, what do you mean? How can you be a consultant?
Well, like if you believe in this kind of, if you believe that somehow that like saying Paimon is bad and is going to conjure up all kinds of energy, if you believe drawing these sigils is going to be a bad thing, would you tell them how to do it? Or would you just be like, do this, but turn the T counterclockwise or something?
What do you mean? Like them meaning
the people making the movie? If you are trying to tell people how to do this ritual, why are you doing that?
Sorry, I wasn't sure if you were in the realm of the movie asking the question. Like the Russian people, why would you tell them?
No, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think so. I've known a lot of occultists in my life. Practiced some occult stuff myself. I feel like most of the ones I've known, like the ritual aspect is more like metaphorical.
Okay.
Like I don't think. I mean, there's probably a fuckload of them that actually believe that kind of stuff. But like, I don't think it's like I'll put it this way. I've never known an occultist that at least admitted to me doing a ritual that involved murder or the use of an actual dead body. Okay. Well, maybe not the actual use of a dead body, but that was the point is murder. Yeah. And also I think the ritual here feels pretty makey up.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
I feel like this isn't based on, yeah.
There was a part of me that later was kind of like, it'd be very funny if this whole thing was a scam. You know, it's like some Russian con artist, and the all of this is just not real.
Well, so I kept thinking that because in the Russian video, it shows it's this horrific thing, and it shows somebody hanging in the background, but you can see they're hanging like you know, in Harold and Maude. You ever see that movie?
Yeah.
They're like when Harold fakes hangs himself, they explain how you tie it like under the arm so none of the weight is like taken by your neck, and you can see the rig, like that person's hanging from under the arm. And we're like, is that bad filmmaking by the Philippou brothers, Or is that bad filmmaking by a Russian snuff ritual film company? Or is it this lady is misunderstanding it and that's actually just like a low budget horror movie and she thinks it's real instructions?
We get this kid, and this kid, Ollie, is real strange. Like when we first meet him, he's like wrestling with a cat in an empty pool. Again, much like
Yeah.
Cuckoo, bad things happening in a drained swimming pool.
And he makes weird bird noises. I thought maybe this was going to be a follow-up to Cuckoo.
yeah. But no, he's just there, and she doesn't really elaborate about what's going on with him. He just says that he's selectively mute and is very protective of him. Her relationship with Billy, as I said, it's pretty clear she wants to get rid of him because she's like trying to figure out a way to go through his phone and see the mean things that he's texting. And she claims to be like a therapist or to have been a therapist, so she knows when people are hiding things. But it's all done it's very abusive in that she's doing this to him in this kind of like way that will keep you off balance, where it's like, I can't tell if you're just like being completely mean to me or kind of nice, but then is totally nice to him in front of Piper.
Yeah, and it's also, so you were talking about how she's strange earlier. She's got this kind of like that kind of hippie, almost Waldorf style therapist
Yes.
vibe to her. So like even when she's being mean, it can almost read as like, oh, is this some kind of therapeutic, like, am I challenging you with this?
Right.
Because like even when she's like being mean to him, there is like it's not like she's never being, well, in the beginning, it's not like she's being outwardly mean. She's being like manipulative mean. And it's like, well, is this her using therapy tools that we're unaware of? And then as the movie goes on, you're like, nah, it's
Right. Yeah. No, she's just mean as hell.
Yeah, she wants him out of the house so she can do weird ritual.
And we find out that she has a daughter that has died previously, named Kathy, and that Piper will be staying in Kathy's room because she still has a bunch of little girl stuff up, and she shoves Andy in a back room somewhere, just throws down a cot, and is like, yeah, here you go. They go to their father's funeral, and boy, this scene was weird. This is the first time you get like, well, no, this person is just mean. But again, like it still has this questionable veneer to it because Piper, they're standing in front of the dead body, and Piper's like, how does he look? And Andy cannot bring himself to look down at the body. And he's like, looks great. And she says grapefruit, which apparently is their code between them of like, hey, don't bullshit me, buddy. And he says, no, he looks great. Laura sees this and then goes up and like, as they're leaving, she interrupts Andy and Piper and is like, you got to go back in to say goodbye. You can't just leave like that, kind of revealing that he lied to Piper, that he did not, in fact, look at the body.
And he betrayed the bounds of the grapefruit
Yeah.
compact. Yeah.
Destroyed the grapefruit pact.
Which, by the way, I just small note, at some point by the end of his career, Wes Anderson will make something called the Grapefruit Pact or something very close to that. It's very Wes Anderson title.
You need about like 5 more tablespoons of whimsy on that title.
Fine, yeah.
But
the great grapefruit caper.
that may or may not have Muppets in it, which I'm not upset about.
Yeah.
When they're back inside at the funeral, she's like, well, no, it's customary to kiss your father on the forehead. She's like, I don't want to do that. She's like, no, it's customary. Go do it. And then she's like, no, kiss him on the lips. That's customary. It really seems like bullying at that point.
So here's the thing. In my life, and I'm hoping to keep this streak alive to my final days, I have never elbowed a woman in the tit as hard as I can.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like in that situation, that lady needed just pushing the areola into the sternum. That was gross. And the reason I say that is because she's leaning over him and leaning over the corpse, and like she's just in elbow tit, like the perfect area.
But
I'm not advocating violence ever, unless you're in a horror movie. It's an Australian woman, and she just made you touch your dead dad with your lips. Only time it's acceptable.
Yeah, because again, like it's this power struggle between them because he needs her to give him the thumbs up so that he can be with Piper, so he doesn't want to disrupt it too much. But it also, again, it's that same thing of like, is this some weird therapeutic stuff? But it also really, really feels like bullying. And so I really enjoy that emotional interplay between them. Later that night, they have a big she's like trying to lighten things up. It's like, oh no, funeral's a celebration. We should be happy. We should be doing something. And Andy's like, I like to get drunk. And she's like, well, let's get drunk then. And so she proceeds to get children drunk, which I feel like you could use against her, but okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know Australia. Is it one of those, like, there isn't a drinking age kind of places?
I don't know. I mean, one would assume, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of the turning point where you're like, okay, no, this is no longer, you can't have it in question. This isn't just like hippie, weird, like Waldorf style, parenting / therapy. Like this woman is problem fucking addict.
Yeah. And then like but then she's like, she gets their guard down by starting to drink with them. And it's really kind of encouraging Piper to drink, but they kind of have a weird connection there. Everything kind of seems fine. Like, okay, well, we're dancing and singing. Piper passes out. He goes to bed, and then she goes to his room, makes sure that he's passed out, pees in a pitcher, and dumps it on him.
Yeah, she fakes him pissing himself, which is also finally something hot happens whenever. I mean, no, gross, bad. You think they believe me?
Again, yes. Well, because it was out of view, so it's fine. Like, you didn't see it.
Laura takes Piper to like the mall. They're like gonna have a girls' day out. Andy springs Oliver from his room, and he realizes that Oliver like might be trying to write something down in a way of communicating. He's like, "Hey, here's the deal. I'm gonna give you some of this delicious melon. All you gotta do is write stuff down for me. So we're gonna communicate. It'd be like a back and forth." And what they always say to do is the best thing to do with children that just suffered trauma and have shaking hands and can't speak is leave them unattended with a really big knife.
Yeah.
That's like the number one thing. Like even a 17-year-old knows the best thing to do in that situation is hand a child a knife.
That was one of my these aforementioned bumps in the road, where, and I fully reject the argument like, well, people make bad decisions in horror movies all the time. There's ways to do it. There's ways to make those bad decisions believable. And this one, I'm just going like, well, this kid's just dumb because, yeah, Oliver is locked up in his room. We've seen him just be creepy and weird. We've seen him like see something outside and like slam on the window, blank stared with his hand, just not responsive to anything. But when he's he's locked in his room, Andy frees him and is like, yeah, trying to interact with him. It's like cuts him some melon and is handing it to him on a knife, which is already just stupid. But and the kid like goes to grab the knife and he's like, oh, well, okay, I don't want to cut you, so I guess I'll just give you the knife. And now I'll turn my back for an extended period of time.
It annoyed me deeply. Because also it's followed by the most traumatic thing I've ever seen.
And I think that's their out. I think that's the idea is like, you think it's going to be like, he's going to be, he's going to cut himself or do something stupid. No, he tries to eat the knife.
Yeah.
It like cuts back and he is like chomping on it and his mouth is bleeding. His tooth is cracked out.
And he's not even, and this is going to be a weird sentence. He's not even biting the knife the right way. Like he's biting it so it slips between his teeth and cuts his gums open. Not like not biting it like, sideways, where although bad, visually far less horrible because this was gross.
I mean, imagine trying to eat a sub sandwich from like the top middle. Not cut in half, just take the whole hoagie and just jam it right in your face. It's like there's just no thought into how he's going to eat something. It's just mindless gnawing.
It was really gross, very effective.
Yeah. The sound was awful. You see his teeth kind of like go up.
Yeah. And although super effective, and I get why they did it, I get why he's dumb, fine. All that being said, what's going on? So I guess let's just take the veil down now because we need to start talking about this.
I mean, we've already kind of referenced it already, but
yeah. So the idea is Laura has this child, Ollie. He's going to be a necessary part of this ritual that we saw in the beginning, where essentially Oliver is going to eat her dead kid and then puke the dead kid's soul into Piper after she's been killed in the same way that her daughter Kathy died. So what is Oliver in the scene with the knife, what is he?
Don't know. I mean, don't know what,
Okay.
like, the thing is because as a result of this, he freaks out. Andy freaks out, rightfully so, and is like, I got to get you to a hospital, and is taking him, trying to, like, carrying him outside, and he passes was clearly a chalk circle. We see in the opening Russian footage, this guy making a circle of salt. So I said chalk, should have said salt. But crossing this circle, and the kid is all of a sudden animate. Like, he's screaming, he's in immense pain, and that's when Laura and Piper come home, and some stuff happens out of there. But point is like, it's never clear exactly what Ollie's whole thing is. It becomes clear that he is a child of a different name that she has taken and turned into, through who knows what process, this soul eater thing.
So that's the idea, is that because they call it in the notes, they call Oliver like Tari or something like that. Yeah, Tari. I guess that's the demon in him. Well, she says angel. She said she saw an angel and explained. Oh, okay. Well, in the Wikipedia write-up, it says Oliver's possessed by a demon called Tari, which Laura summoned through an amateur occult resurrection ritual she learned from the Russian VHS tape.
Which, okay, a couple things about that. First of all, I guess maybe there's more information. There is a website called blackangeltapes.net that is supposed to tie, first of all, it's set in the universe of both this and Talk to Me. And it's supposed to give you a little bit more information about how Laura came to own the tape in the first place, whatever.
Yeah.
Second point, write it down. Because she's trying to figure out what to do by rewinding and like watching the tape. Write it down. Take notes.
It's a really good point.
Yeah.
I feel like you and I being podcasters.
You could just say genius. It's less
Genius,
legible.
yeah, genius podcasters, raconteurs. What's on the line is the amusement of hundreds of people in a month. So pretty low stakes.
Yeah.
And I take notes while watching, The Fifth Element or whatever the fuck. This lady is trying to resurrect her dead child after kidnapping another child and putting a demon in it. Write some fucking notes down.
Yeah.
Just write the whole thing. Get a Russian friend, translate some shit. Don't have the screen on. Just be like, hey, what are they saying? Like, let's get everything. Let's get our ducks in a fucking row before we start this shit.
And again, it's like, dramatically, I can see why you would have made this choice, because it adds to the confusion of what's going on, because this is how we're introduced to her having this videotape in the first place. This has been unconnected to anything we've seen so far. This is like, oh, okay, well, this is a videotape she has. Oh, there are actually like subtitles on there that are telling you what to do. And that she's like fast forwarding and winding. So there's also this like ticking time bomb of whatever's happening to this child who's screaming in agony, which is also, if I'm being honest, it's like, what do they strangle the cat? Like, it's kind of cheap to just like have a kid in danger and pain to get it to elicit a response. But
yeah,
whatever, it still works for me. It didn't feel as shitty as, say, the thing with the kid in Dr. Sleep. Like this feels like more, I don't want to say necessary, but it felt more relevant to what was going on.
Yeah.
Because this kid is also in his pain, kind of being like, where am I? What is this? So you're starting
when he gets broken out of the circle, like some of the original host kind of brain starts remanifesting.
Yeah.
So it's not fully Tari. I guess there's no real answer, but she finds this Russian tape. Who cares how it happens? We could go to that website.
I don't want to.
I don't care that
I
much.
don't. Yeah, I like.
No,
I like
I'm good.
not
I don't
knowing.
want- yeah, I'm
I don't want that.
Her daughter dies. Somehow she gets the tape. She kidnaps a child and puts a demon in it. The idea is that the demon is now going to eat her dead daughter, who somehow she still has the body.
Yes.
Which is weird, and then vomit it up into Piper. What happens to the demon?
Don't know. Never explained. And this again, like this. We'll get into that a little bit more on the ending.
Also, sorry. Wait. Let me just stop you. Sorry, because I was going somewhere and then I started rambling and said the same thing twice. How can she possibly believe? Because she says it before that an angel gave her this information. There's nothing fucking angelic about this.
Yeah, because she wants to, and perhaps that is what was sold to her on the video, is that like that this is an angelic being. It may not, they don't operate like us. I don't know. I'm just filling in gaps here, but I think I think it is just she's at a point in her psychosis. Is this going to help me? Then yeah, you're absolutely an angel for doing this. Like I will turn a demon into an angel to get what I need for this.
I'm trying not to be nitpicky, but it does bother me it takes away some of the enjoyment of the movie that this is supposed to be a normal woman. She was a counselor.
Mm-hmm.
She had a lovely child. She had a lovely life. How does she have her daughter's body in a relatively lack of state of decay for how long she's been dead?
Yeah, don't know.
Like, she would have had to have the plan before the daughter died or immediately after. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just, I know it's small beer, but like, it actually does. The fact the daughter's body is in that cooler doesn't work for me as a character beat for what we know of Laura.
Because when it's revealed how she died, she drowned in a pool. Like, it's unclear if she was just alone in there, if anyone was else around. Like, do people know that her daughter is dead? Did she just be like, no, my daughter's fine. I'm retiring from this business. Don't ask questions. I'm going to also host.
I think sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I think the lady at the office, doesn't she like say
I think
that
you're
her
right.
daughter died?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think she does. So I don't know if the idea is that she just like immediately was like, well, we'll take, like, just give the body to me and then I'll like don't embalm it or whatever. And just throws it in I don't know how quickly bodies decompose or any of that stuff. So
Yeah,
I think it's just sort of
just,
like, don't worry about it. Let the emotions carry you through this movie.
yeah. And I don't think it was that effective for me on in order for me to buy her story and then the story of the movie, her character would have to change. Daughter died. The next day I find a Russian demon video and then make sure to save the body. It's just like, there's something about that really sticks to me and it has a hard time. I'm fine with this whole thing if she didn't if she had to eat, if she had a lock of her hair or something, the same premise, but just having the body there, it's unnecessary and they just wanted it for the drama, which is fine. But I think it actually does take away from the character story.
Well, I think it also raises some questions though, because we as we come to find out throughout the course of the movie is that his relationship with his dad was tumultuous. His dad would beat the shit out of him, would never touch Piper, play music real loud. He hit Billy. Piper had no idea what was going on. And so I don't know if maybe Laura was, maybe this this manipulative, gaslighting, abusive stuff, maybe that's not like a new thing she's learned. Maybe that's been her whole thing this whole time. You know what I mean? Like she could just have been abusive and terrible and a piece of shit to begin with. So I don't know necessarily that it was this like, oh, my daughter died and I broke and I became this way, or if it was like putting stress on a structure that wasn't up to code in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, either one of those reads is fine. It's just more like the Russian tape of it all. Like, even if you're a manipulative asshole, like, I don't think just because you're gaslighting means you've got a basement full of Russian snuff tapes.
Right.
You know,
And that's fair enough. But I think it's just, I think like you said, I think it's just for dramatic purpose. Like, yeah, she has the body. She went and got it. Instead of burying it, she kept it in the freezer.
The other thing that bothers me about this is that there was more of a payoff for the body, because like Oliver doesn't even eat it.
Yeah, he eats some of it. Yeah,
like he dives in, but like you barely see it. Like she's holding an intact corpse at the end, like in her pool, like very.
Yeah,
at the end.
but I do like that visual of like when it's all going down, of him emerging from where he's been eating the body just with this full distended belly. Like, that's just a very disturbing sight, rather than seeing him just chomp away. I don't think, which was fine. I'm fine with gore, whatever. But I liked that reveal. Yeah,
I mean, I'm not against that. I did like the belly stuff. I guess maybe at the end when she's in the pool, like I would like to see like half the body gone or something. It's a little I don't know. I think it's a little like kind of have your cake, eat it too kind of thing. And it did take away from like the emotionality of me like having kind of wrapped up in this. He tries to clean himself up after the Oliver eats the knife thing. He meaning Andy. And he finally overcomes his fear of going into the shower. He's been afraid to shower ever since his dad died, obviously because his dad was dead in the shower. PTSD stuff. And he goes and he has a full vision of his dad, all rotted with the vomity lips. And he says that the father's apparition says, she'll die in the rain. And Andy, in a shock, slips like a fucking idiot and knocks himself out. I mean, I guess, like, I'm not, it's scary, seeing your dead dad and him giving a prophetic thing. But, like, stay on your feet, man. You're like a tough young man. You lift weights. Like, get some proprioception. Like, learn, like maybe do a little fucking standing on one leg or something. This is absurd.
No. Well, he's a troubled man, troubled young man. Slips and hurts himself. And then this is the one that, like, the bit that really got me and it's not like it's a small thing, but just to cement the Piper schism, Laura has bought Andy some body spray because he won't shower. He's like, well, at least be disgusting and spray this to cover up your horrible teen scent. And then later sprays a whole bunch of it on herself and goes in and pops Piper in the face.
Yeah.
And to be like, oh, well, no, Andy's just out of control. He's waking up with, he's pissed at the bed. She's found that out. Now he's hitting his sister. This is all going terrible. When he starts to figure out what's going on, because he sees, because he wants to go to the foster people and be like, get me out of this house. This woman is crazy. And while at the foster place, sees that there's a poster for a missing child named Connor Bird. And it looks just a whole lot like Ollie, but he's got long hair.
Yeah.
And Ollie had previously written Bird on a piece of paper.
Yeah. And so yeah, he's screaming to Wendy, their caseworker, like, hey, you gotta pay attention to me. And Wendy, of course, is like, well, you're a troubled kid, and that lady I worked with for 20 years. I'm kind of like, obviously she's a little reticent to believe this fucking crazy sounding story. And but he does manage to calm down and talk Wendy into going to the house with him, which good on him.
Yeah, while this is happening, and I did kind of like this strange bit where like Ollie is going nuts, and it just like destroying the house and eating whatever.
Oh yeah.
Although at the same time, like I had a similar sort of like being pulled out of it a little bit, where when he starts to try to like eat the table, and his like teeth are coming off. And it's like, well, why have this thing that just eats constantly but has no idea what's even happening to it? That seems dangerous. But I guess the idea is that you would summon it and not just like keep it around for a while, like she did.
Yeah, this does seem pretty laid back way of doing it.
But I do like, though, that it becomes this like Ferris Bueller, gotta clean everything up before the parents get home thing, because she gets an indication that she's listening to Piper's phone, and Andy has left her a message about everything that's going on and that you need to get away from Laura and we're coming to get you. And so she cleans everything up so everything looks normal. Then when they finally get there, shit spirals out of control. The foster lady, Wendy, kind of gets a glimpse of what's going on, and Laura's facade starts to drop a little bit. And she starts like, freaking out about how like, I need this. Don't take this away from me.
She gets her arm bitten by Oliver. And then, no, this is the other really dumb part. There has been 7 scenes where Piper is leaning on this pipe, like holding the pipe. She's leaning on the pipe. In this scene, she runs head first in the pipe and knocks herself out like a cartoon.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's fine. She's visually impaired or whatever, but like they showed that pipe a bunch of times. Like it was a weird Chekhov's pipe thing where it's like, no, like she's visually impaired. She's not dumb. Like it's the one thing in the house we are well aware she knows where that is. And it's small beer. It doesn't matter.
Right. Well, I think that, yeah, again, it's the thing they try to set up with the, like, she never wants to use her cane, and she wants, she has an idea that she's more capable perhaps than she actually is. And that comes back to bite her in the head, I guess. But the thing is that she's like, okay, well, I gotta kick this into overdrive because this is happening now. If I want Kathy back, this is the way it's got to be. And sets Ollie to work on eating Kathy's corpse. Because as we've said, the thing has to eat just enough of it. I don't know what percent of the human body has soul in it, but he's got to eat enough to get the soul in there and then vomit this thing. And so he's eating it. He's ready to burst. She's like, well, I got to drown Piper. Andy tries to escape. She kills Andy. She like hits him crashes into the car and then drowns him in a puddle.
Well, she kills Wendy. Very quickly with a hilarious car hit. And then Andy gets hit as well, and she drowns him in a puddle that's in the driveway.
Yeah.
Which I like the movie having the balls to kill like what is essentially the main character. Good on them. But like, again, why did you set up him being a weightlifter the whole movie, and then he gets overpowered by a tiny lady with an open wound in her arm? I get he's been knocked out, whatever. I'm not, it's like, it makes sense logically. It's just like they set up this whole weightlift thing. They call him Mr. Strongman a bunch of times in the movie, and it never really pays off in any way.
Yeah, it seems like it's supposed to like back her up, Laura's accusations that he's violent. And because, she's like, when she's showing Wendy around, she's like, here's his weight room. He lifts weights when he's angry. He's in here a lot. but it's not a whole lot to, that like,
Yeah.
when he like overpowers her at one point, like he punches through the wall by her head. And again, like we're giving a short shrift here, just talk about the plot, but Sally Hawkins' performance is so great in that moment where she's like crying, but you can kind of see she's almost like laughing because like Piper can't see it. This is all just a performance for Piper, and it's really evil. She's really great. So then she's like, well, okay, well, I'm gonna go drown Piper now.
Oh wait, sorry. Performance wise, I just want to call out the other Wendy scene where the other Laura scene. Wendy is the caseworker. As the caseworker starts picking up on the fact that there is something weird happening here. Or no, I guess she sees Oliver eating her dead daughter.
Yeah.
And she's like, what's going on here? And like Sally Hawkins like slowly admitting like, no, you don't understand. I'm doing something for Kathy. That performance was really good too. Since we're talking about the goodness of I think either got nominated or whatever for Shape of Water. Good at acting. Yeah.
Also British doing an Australian accent, which I wonder if that's offensive to Australians.
Oh, everything's offensive to them. Those Aussies. Yeah.
She goes to drown Piper, and like as she's struggling, she comes back up for air and says, calls out Mom. And then Laura basically realizes, oh, I could have been forging a whole new relationship with a daughter, with a surrogate daughter, that instead I've been trying to hold on to the past and what I had before. Everything crumbles at that point. She just kind of like, it's like, oh, what have I been doing this whole time? Which on one hand, like I kind of get, but it's like you have gone through so much. You have had to do so much to convince yourself that what you're doing is right. This is what stops it.
Yeah.
You've already taken the child and possessed him with a demon, even though you think it's an angel. And when that spell is broken, that kid is freaking out. Which, by the way, just to back up, the scene where she's trying to calm him down by drawing the circle of blood on the window, really liked that bit. Just the way the camera did the same like move following her hand each time. And again, like I like that it's not really explained what exactly his deal is, why the circles calm him down. Apparently that's a thing you can find on the website. Don't want to. Don't need that information. It's just creepy and weird. I like it. Fits the tone. But you've fucked up this kid. You've murdered another child. You've tried to set up this other child, separate this family, and this is what does it. And, you could make an argument that because like all this stuff has made her confront it, where she's had to confess what's been going on to Wendy, like you just said, and then hearing the actual like cries of a child of her calling Mom. But it just seems rather pat, I guess, rather like a bit convenient.
Yeah. Without too much change, they could have fixed that. Cause like, I mean, even her just showing like remorse for killing Wendy. I mean, she's known her for 2 decades. That, so like have her maybe have her like, have a small amount of regret for killing, Andy, like something like it wouldn't be that much, but you're right. That mom reveal sat weird, but also maybe she's just looking at Oliver with like, ew, look at
that's a weird looking kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's no way I must have done the instructions wrong. Maybe that's the real thing. She's like, yeah, maybe not.
I mean, she might have kidnapped him at first. Like, I'm going to give you a haircut. Your haircut is bad. And that's like, you know what? While I have you here, I'm going to turn you into a demon.
I mean, yeah, it's happened to all of us.
But then, Oliver wanders past the, boundary, the salt circle thing. And like, even though he's in immense pain, eventually becomes Bird again, Connor. Then the cops show up. I don't remember who actually like called the cops, why this ended up happening, but
Piper finds a passing car.
Oh, that's what it. Yes, that's right. Because Piper escapes, and Oliver is like chasing her, and that's how he goes outside the circle too. And then she gets rescued. Cops are called, and there's something about this that I also like, and I do like that final shot of her, like she goes and gets Kathy and goes in the pool, and she's just cradling her daughter in the like somewhat filled up pool as the cops are all approaching on her. But there's something that I found kind of like darkly funny about the idea about like you transcended the boundaries between life and death and like made contact with a demon, with something. The idea of being in trouble is so ridiculous after that.
Yes.
The idea of like, I'm going to go to jail. Okay. Like, what does that even mean anymore?
So that last shot right before there, she is digging her fingers around in the arm bite that Oliver gave her. I wonder if I wonder if that's supposed to read and they just didn't put enough blood in the pool that she had like nicked an artery and like they're just going to be dead together in the pool.
Oh, could be, yeah.
Because why was she fiddling around in that open armhole?
Yeah, I don't know. Just that, like,
I mean, obviously she's under some stress. I mean, she's probably doing some weird shit. Yeah.
but it's just like just that idea about being I just summoned a demon and you're going to arrest me. I got to go stand in
Yeah,
front of a
yeah.
judge and talk about this. Obviously, yes, you've abused and injured several children and murdered one, tried to murder another one. But it is like, I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's not 100%, but I enjoyed the ride.
Yeah, I'm with you. I liked it a lot. There was just a couple of like real kind of sandpapery moments that could use a little bit more polish.
Yeah. But I'm excited to see what they do next. It didn't feel like I was worried it was going to feel a lot more like, like so much of the like the complaints about modern horror is this like real focus on trauma and like leaning on an emotion that isn't necessarily there, making it seem like a lot deeper than it really is. And I think this does a good job of that, of like letting the performances do a lot of that work and forming the relationships between these people, rather than just like shots with ominous sound in the background. Though there's a fair amount of that. But I do think that they undergird that with enough emotion and character that it makes that okay.
I mean, yeah, I'm recommending it. I'll watch their next movie. The fact that they made reference to the fact that like their first two movies share a universe, I think they even said it like happens on the same street kind of deal, does not give me hope.
Right.
That makes me think like they're going down that weird M. Night Shyamalan, like,
Or it's just that, like being younger filmmakers raised in a certain generation, like do you have this compunction to want to be like, no, I got to make this a multiverse. I have to tie everything together in this weird way.
Yeah.
Where you don't. As a kid, I kind of, I'd like when Stephen King would not do it, but would it became a little bit more like overt in some of his books, like particularly with The Dark Tower. I was a little less excited by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I that being said, like I haven't seen the first one. I am curious to go check out the first one. I mean, even if it is a rougher ride than this one, I'm fine with it. Like, there's a lot of sort of shock value scares, but again, I think they do enough emotional stuff in there or character groundwork that stuff it doesn't seem like it's just resting on that, which is good.
Yeah, I like the lack of jump scare, just as another positive.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
I'm so tired of jump scares.
Yeah.
So you got any recommendations other than this movie?
I watched Robert Altman's Three Women on Criterion recently. I've never seen that before. It's very unlike other Altman movies I've seen, which I'm not going to say is 100% a plus, because I do generally like Robert Altman, but it was not what I was expecting, and I really enjoyed it. Shelley Duvall and Sissy Spacek are amazing in it. It's a movie that came to him in a dream, and it certainly feels like it.
Really? The only thing I've been watching recently that I've enjoyed quite a bit, I think I mentioned Twisted Metal, but season 2 finished, stayed strong, so thumbs up on that. But a show that I was pretty warm on, but I was basically giving it an episode or two this season to see if I want to continue with it. But this season of Peacemaker has been really good.
I've heard that. One of these days I might check it out, because I like John Cena. He's fun to watch.
Yeah. He's good in it. And it's a fun season. Tim Meadows plays a part in it, which you don't see Tim Meadows very often.
You don't see, no matter how much you see Tim Meadows, you never see Tim Meadows enough. That guy is just, he's so good in anything that he's in. I can't think of anything where I'm like, Tim Meadows.
Not a spoiler, but a joke spoiler, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't, barely giving anything away. But in this, he's got a condition called bird blindness, where he can't see birds right. So like he can't tell the difference between like an eagle or a parrot. And it's a fun bit.
No, as it with a part of that's getting into birding. Oh, you better believe I've seen that bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
Popular in birding circles. Oh, I also want to shout, like, I forgot, I actually went to a theater and saw a movie. I saw Caught Stealing, the new Darren Aronofsky movie.
Oh, really?
Which is much less wacky than the initial trailers made it look. I enjoyed
those trailers made it look annoying.
Yeah. No, it's fun. It's like, I don't want to say it is fun, but it's like, it's much more brutal than I anticipated. But it's just like Aronofsky kind of like gets out of his own way and lets it kind of be its own thing. Lets it kind of be a fun genre movie. I had a good time with it.
Yeah, that's got Matt Smith in it, right?
Yes, yeah, playing a
Yeah.
punk guy, which to me makes so much more sense than him being suave and handsome, which is just a move I don't get. Sorry.
Yeah. So, John, for next episode, I have a very, very specific request.
Okay, what's that?
I need a horror movie that can also be used as a cast iron skillet.
Ooh, that's a tough call.
This is dumb even for me.
Yes, I know.
Like this is bad even for me because Lodge is a brand of cast iron skillets.
I believe me, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe I have one of their Dutch ovens.
Oh, did you get that from your soon-to-be stepmom?
No, is that a reference to the movie, or is that like a weird
Yeah,
like
apparently it's
my stepmom is
soon-to-be
caught in
stepmom
the...
finds herself snowed in with her fiance's 2 children at a remote holiday village.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So John and I for next time we're watching The Lodge 2019. The reason we're saying vague things about it is because now there's no fuck all about it. I just typed in best recent horror movies, and this showed up on a bunch of lists. Yeah, it's got Elvis's granddaughter, Legally Blonde lady, I think. Yeah, the end.
All right. Yeah, this sounds great. I'm looking forward to this.
No, it actually reads kind of interesting, and it did show up on like so many fucking people's lists.
No, I have
4.1 on Shudder.
heard good things about it. It's just one of those I have not checked out yet.
Oh, it's funny. On my Google search, it says watch The Lodge Prime Video, but the thumbnail is Michael C. Hall as Dexter staring menacingly down camera.
Uh-oh. Well,
Which,
I mean, that would be scary if you try to watch a movie and end up being Dexter. That would be terrible.
Yeah, A24%. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, all right, so we're going to watch The Lodge 2019, and we will see you then. Goodbye.
Goodbye.